Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome in. It is wonderful to see you all here. First things first. I have good news and bad news. First things first, bad buttons. Pat yourself on the back. You were the first viewer to redeem first. Good for you. You done did it. And also, amazing job, buttons, getting that September discount. Thank you so much for the 6-month sub pack purchase for yourself. I hope you enjoy your Lady Q emotes at a steal of a discount thanks to September. So way to be thrifty. Good for you. Take that money away from Amazon.
Petulant Cobra just resubscribed for 39 months. Bob arrive.
You broke my third. Sam, as usual, thank you for redeeming third. I'm sorry for giggling in the middle of it. I'm not supposed to. Hello, everybody. Garlic Grove, I do see your Switch, and so I will do that shortly. There's really no point if I'm not going to be playing the game right now. But it is lovely to see you, Garlic. Welcome in, SNK. Hello, Kate. Great to see you. Hello, Beavis. And hello, Cobra. Thank you for that resub. I love that. That's so cute. That's like a little birdie. Hello! I hope y'all are doing well tonight. Welcome in. It is Wednesday. That means I'm streaming. It's been 3,000 years. So settle down, Beavis. Speaking of, and here's the like pseudo bad news. Thanks for the 100 bits. Come on, ride the train. Ride the train, folks. We have a hype train. That like never happens. So buttons, you're not the only one who knows the cheat, because Settle Down Beavis was actually the last from last stream. He done did it. And so finally someone other than Buttons got last. I mean, I thought it was really fun. Ooh, Garlic, thanks for the 100 bits. Kate, I thought it was really fun. When I like quit stream the one day and it just kept going. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it feels a little harmless. I guess I could like reject everyone who's not the actual last so that people aren't losing channel points. I haven't really bothered because there aren't a lot of channel points. A lot of channel point redemptions in my channel. It is pretty harmless, and I find it amusing, but it's true. just to redeem it at like 650. Hello, Pseudorudo. Welcome in. It is lovely to see you. Thank you very much for redeeming seasonal candy. So as I mentioned last week, in Canada, we have a holiday at the end of September called National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. It's essentially Canada's admission that we had not been keeping to our treaties with the Indigenous peoples who were on this land before us. And so like we have a holiday, we have things that we're trying to do from like a political perspective and a country to country. But I kind of affectionately know it as the Wear Orange Day, because that's one of the things that you can do to like show solidarity to that day is you can wear orange. So I have an orange candy. It's orange. Slides in. Hello, Angry Angel. Yeah, we got a hype train. Don't know if anyone else wants to jump on it, but we're in the middle of that. You know, I do have a first story. Thank you, Buttons. Thank you for that reminder. So, Buttons. On Monday this week? Is today Wednesday? Okay, so I know I got first in your stream today. I know I missed it yesterday because of the intern. But on Monday...
Angry Angel _03 just resubscribed for 2 months.
Angel!
2 months streaking in the chat.
Angel! Thank you so much for that sub, Angel. I hope you got a delightful September discount and that you are going to enjoy your Lady Q emotes for that month. And you are part of the hype train. We have hit a level 2 so far. We train the hypes. I'm getting distracted from my story. So I think I think it was Monday that I was first in your stream. Time has no meaning to me anymore. But buttons specifically. So I know that I mucked up because of the interim on Tuesday, but I actually almost mucked up on Monday. Because what happened is it was lunch and I was in the kitchen making myself something on the microwave. And I missed the notification from my, like, I guess I would call him kind of the office supervisor. We don't have real titles. It's fine. Like, the office supervisor had basically sent a message on our, like, in our, like, work messaging center. It's like Teams, but it's not Teams. He sent it on Slack and was like, hey, the internet's going to be down for about 5 minutes. We're just switching something over on the plan. And it was 1:51. And I came back to my desk with that message and I was like, no, you can't take the internet down. I have to get first in Buttons' stream. If the internet's down, I won't be able to click it. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? And he was just like, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I've ruined everything for your life. And I'm like, no, you haven't actually ruined my life. Like, please don't take this seriously. Like, it truly doesn't matter. But also it matters so much to me. And he was like, oh God, I hope it's back or I've ruined everything. Anyway, it came back up at like 1:54 because it wasn't actually off for all 5 minutes. But like, it meant that I had like, your stream was open on my phone as well as on my computer, just in case it like loaded on my data faster than like the Wi-Fi came back. And I was like, pure hilarious panic. And everybody was just like, are you fine? And I'm like, I am not fine. I will never be fine. I work with people who actually understand what Twitch is, which is really cool because that's not previously been a thing in a job environment for me. But everybody that I work with is on Twitch in some capacity or another, or like has people that they watch. They're very, very, very familiar with it. And he was just like, I don't know how seriously to take this. Like, have I actually ruined your life? And I'm like, you have not actually ruined my life, but I am going to emotionally freak out on you. And he was like, okay, well, then I'm very sorry for ruining your life. He's a very funny guy. Anyway, so that was that story. And I did in fact get the internet back in time because I did successfully get first. And then the fact that on Tuesday immediately, like, I was on the other side of the office with 2 interns trying to explain something, and it's just like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Anyway, we're all having a great day today, I hope. Please feel free to let me know how your day is going. Mine has been, there's a lot of positive going on. I'm trying to focus on the positives. That's what we're dealing with. Just enough that it matters, but not that it actually matters. I know. I just like having one extra button to click. I think I've talked about that before. It's like certain things don't matter to me, but certain things give me instant serotonin, and that's one of those buttons that whenever I get to click it, instant serotonin in my brain. So I'm pretty happy with that. Cool. So we have some Zelda to play. That's probably going to happen. I'm in the Dancing Dragon dungeon right now in this game, whichever game this is. I don't know what game I'm ever playing. Garlic Grove switched me, so it's fine. And I'm doing something else in the other game, and who knows what. We play a lot of Zelda here, so we do have some Zelda to play today. I also am very excited, and so I'm going to show you this stack, and then we can talk about it if you want to, but I can also play for a bit if you want to. So chat, I made it into a bookstore last weekend for the first time in literal months. I just wanted y'all to see that before I put them away. So I've talked about this book before in Lady Q's book reviews. I've talked about how much I love it. What on earth? That's so weird. And I've talked about how it had a sequel, which I had never read, but I had on hold at my library. And a thing that I didn't know is it actually has a trilogy already, and my library doesn't even have this one yet in the digital copy. And so I just have so many good things. And I've also talked about this author before. I talked about a different series. And so I know nothing about this book. I just purchased it straight up because it was by her again, and it looks great. And also, you might remember this one. This was very early on in the book reviews because it was an extremely upsetting book emotionally to me. Yes, I did buy it anyway. We're fine. Everything is fine. I have so many books, chat, and I'm very, very, very excited about all of them. Cool. Because I like books, in case you haven't noticed that. So there's some Zelda going on. So I am playing the Oracles games right now. I'm playing through both Oracles games simultaneously, ish. And there is a channel points redemption called Switch, which does have a pretty long cooldown. But basically it makes me switch games, and then I get really confused because I don't know what I'm doing in either game, and I never, ever, ever remember. But I think I'm in the middle of a dungeon right now. It looks like I've cleared this room because that chest in the middle is open. I think this is a game where I can swim. I'm just gonna double check that. This is a game where I can swim. That's good. This is the game where I still have a pot, and I don't know who to give it to. Who do I give the pot to, I wonder? Should probably do this. Every once in a while, I like actually saving there in case it makes a difference. But it's fine. You know, we good. Yes. This is the game where I have a boomerang. So I can do things about the anti-fairies. Very nice. I haven't tried going up yet. I also haven't tried going down in the next room. I don't remember what I've explored, which is always great. Okay, so I'm gonna have to remember which button is dive. It's that button. Yep. I knew that was not going to work. Oh, thanks for the health. It's almost like they knew that I was gonna really struggle with that one. Ooh! Ah! I don't like likes. Ah! Oh boy, I was not paying attention. I was trying to read chat, which is a very, very silly thing to do when you might be getting attacked by things. It's okay. I probably won't die. Those will collapse if I am on them too long. Dislike even. You're right. You got the same guy? He's a cute little giggler. I kind of like him. I love the fish inhaler though. I don't know what is that? I mean, it's fine. It's cool. If she's having a good time, don't let anyone tell you how much you can eat. We're gonna save this. I've never liked likes in any game. I will admit they're a little bit easier to understand the hitbox for in the 2D Zelda games, so I dislike them a little bit less in this game and in Link's Awakening, but in like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, for those of you who watched me play those, oh man, it was like awful, like awful. Hey daisies, how you doing? I don't understand what makes hitboxes in the 3D Zeldas so difficult to understand. Okay, well, none of that was quite what I wanted, but, you know, let's see where this minecart goes. I still don't understand the shape of these. So it's called the Dancing Dragon Dungeon, and typically we have had like the shape of the rooms of the dungeon tends to kind of look like something that's related to the name of the dungeon. And so far, I mean, this kind of looks a little bit like that guy's head. So I just popped an emote in chat of the little dino dance, and it looks a little bit like the flat rectangularness of the dino head. I don't know what to do with that information, I just noticed it. And then I'm about to ruin it because I can go further up. Okay, where we at? Oh. Interesting. Oh boy. Boomerang required. Key required. I do have a key, but I tend to not use my keys first if I don't have to. I mean, that does sound delightful. I am a fan of anything. I mean, I guess the short version of this is I'm a fan of joy, I'm a fan of happiness, I'm a fan of things that make you happy for the simple fact that they make you happy, kind of thing. And so being able to just relax, kick back, and play a game for a little while is fantastic, you know? Okay. Well, I would love to have that heart, but I am busy destroying this lake. Oh, there's another one. Maybe if I don't let him be on screen, he won't hurt me. Oh no! My key fell in the water! I feel like I've seen that sort of mechanic before. So I'm definitely gonna jump in the water and like dive down and see if I can recover that key. It looked like it was about here. Cool! I thought it was gonna give me... You have sound now! Sound is fantastic! Also, Angel! Just in case you missed that before. Willis! Welcome in! Lovely to see you! Happy Wednesday! Thank you very much for redeeming Hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice! And thank you also for redeeming Spill the Tea. I will take a sip of my delightful peppermint tea made by 4 O'Clock, a company in Quebec, Canada. Yo, pizza's amazing. I hope you enjoy your pizza. I'm just gonna quickly make a save point because there's many more redemptions coming in from Willis. Thank you very much, sir, for redeeming Dehydrate Smarties Canadian Edition. Third, a Lady Q's book review. I'm already gaming. What sorcery is this? Let me tell you, Willis. Okay, I don't think you saw it, so I will start. Hi, Akina. I will start my book review in just a moment with the stack. However, I think there was a Dehydrate and there was a Smarties Canadian Edition. Okay. I have something new for the Dehydrate. At least I think it's new. Oh, the peoples! There's so many people here. Just scream hello at the world. So, I've had Miss Vicky's before, I think. I think I did their, like, smoked apple barbecue or something like that. I love it here, too. What a coincidence. So I got a Miss Vicky's, but this is a flavor I had never seen before. This is sour cream, herb, and onion. And I generally like sour cream and onion as a flavor. No matter... Just scream it, Willis. No matter what the brand. And I like Miss Vicky's sometimes for different reasons. They're made in Canada. They've got the little maple leaf. But I didn't know that they made this, and I've never seen it in full bags, so I bought a little bag. because I was in a good location for little bags. Miss Vicky's is great. You could not have this, Kate. I apologize for liking chips almost exclusively that you could not have. They are so crunchy. I hope I can make it sound like a satisfying crunch. Mmm. All right, all right. That ain't bad. If I found that in a big bag, I would not turn it down. You finally got your hands on the Ruffles KFC? I think it does taste a little more like the gravy than the fried chicken. That's actually fair. Fair assessment, Akina. It was very... Like, it was very adjacent to fried chicken. And so that actually makes a lot of sense. In my opinion. They were way better than the LoZ Cheetos. I'll say that. The LoZ flavored... The Cheetos flavored LoZ chips. Those were awful. So Willis, for Lady Q's book review, shall we begin? This is going to be adjacent to the book that I review. I also don't understand that, but I just want to show you this first because I mentioned this I think a few minutes before you popped in. Last weekend, I was in a bookstore for the first time in almost a year. There are books that I bought that are not represented in that stack. I did find the second Heather Fawcett book, so I already had the Encyclopedia of Fairies, but I did get Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, which is great. I can't review most of these books. In this case, it's because I already reviewed it. And then I still bought it. Shocking, I know. And in some cases, it's because I haven't read them. So my most exciting find, I reviewed this a little while ago, and I may have mentioned that it had the third Emily Wilde is coming. I actually looked for it and was like, oh, it's publishing in October. Fine, I guess I'll wait. So I mentioned at the time that I reviewed this that it had a sequel, and I had the sequel on hold on my library. I still haven't got the hold at my library. It doesn't matter. And did you know that it's got a third? Because my library didn't even know about that yet. So I got I was so excited about this. Like, I had this on my I need to buy this book list. And so I was like, great, let me find where they shelve Olivia Atwater and I will go hunt it down. And then she had everything, which was great. However, although I have not read most of these books, there is a book in this stack that I have read. And so I figure I might as well review that rather than trying to hunt down something else, you know? And it's this one. Ooh, that was way too glossy. Here. I haven't talked about this one yet, right? I don't think so. This is too glossy. Oh, that's okay, Akita. You're still allowed. You're allowed to come back. Okay, that's good. I didn't think so because it wasn't high. Well, first of all, because I didn't have it. And so it's really hard to grab from my bookshelf and show you if I don't have it. I really, really wish this wasn't gloss cover. I'm gonna like throw out the cover of this, but that's fine. So this, it's okay. This is going to devolve into a discussion about the definition of fantasy very quickly, but I'm going to start with, this is one of the only books that I think I've reviewed up to this point that I would say definitely is YA. So I didn't, or at least I don't think I got it from a YA section, but it definitely is YA. So it's like designed, think of it as like the characters are kind of older high school ish in terms of vibe. I'm still yet. Aw, you're so sweet. Thanks, Willis. My back would disagree with you, but it's fine. Every once in a while, so YA as a genre, I don't think is ever going to completely like pass for me, because a thing that is generally true of YA that may not always be true of other books or authors that I like. Hello, Plum. Oh, moosh potato. Plum, thank you for redeeming more to the stream. A thing that can be true about non-YA books that I like by authors that I like is sometimes they're still like complicated to read. And for the most part, YA books that I like because it takes almost no effort to read them. I can just roll through it. Like, it's not even a matter of time, though typically they don't take that long to read. It's just a matter of like ease of reading. There's nothing in this that's going to confuse me. There's nothing in this that I'm going to need to read twice in order to make sure I understood. Typically, most scenes are fairly visually phrased, and so you can kind of get an idea of where people are and what they're doing, and there isn't like I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have to put the work into parsing sentences. I also read Jane Austen, so like sometimes I love that. And sometimes I'm like, man, I've worked overtime 4 out of 5 days this week, and I need the world to not exist for an hour. And often in those cases, I will pick up YA. And so now's where we devolve into a discussion about fantasy. Because I would suggest that the Library of Shadows is trying to be set in the real world. It's definitely still fantasy, but it's trying to be set in the real world, like a real location, I think in the continental United States. I'm pretty sure. Though you would think that it should have been like the UK or someplace that actually does boarding schools more regularly. However, I would still say it falls under the umbrella of fantasy. And the reason this is going to devolve is I'm wondering if y'all can help me. You went to boarding school in the US. That's actually really cool. I wasn't trying to suggest that there were no boarding schools in the US, but only that they were significantly less common potentially in the US than they were like in the UK. I don't actually know if that's true. It just seems like a more normative experience for people from the UK. They are much less common. Fair enough. You have boarded a school in Canada. Yar! The US can't possibly be real at this point, Carla Grove. That's a good point. It's just fantasy. Let's toss it out. So I've been trying for the better part of the week to nail down what I think is an inclusive definition of fantasy as a genre. And the reason why I've been trying to do that is I saw someone on YouTube do like a little blurb on why the Rings of Power show is not fantasy. And I was like, even from the premise of that, it almost doesn't matter what you say, you're wrong. Because the Rings of Power is set in a made-up land with made-up races with like clear rules of magic, which means by no definition could you call it anything other than fantasy. And it's not like they were doing something like with Anne McCaffrey's Pern franchise, which I would call fantasy. However, you could make an argument that it's sci-fi, and I wouldn't argue with you very hard if you said that. I'd be like, you have a right to your perspective, and I can see that. I still might not call it that, but I could see that. Whereas I would be really curious to hear a functional argument. Their argument was not functional. Their argument was about how the characters don't behave the way characters in fantasy should behave. And I was like, no? Out the door. Incorrect. I don't know. You just like Peter Jackson's movies and you're mad. Like, that's what this review is. What do you call an ocean of orange flavored drink? A fantasy. I'm not forgetting about your moosh potato, Plum, but I will get there. And so basically, I was trying to figure out how to define fantasy. And the trouble is, it was just an inflammatory video. I in fact did not finish it because I was like, actually, you don't deserve my full view because you're clearly a rage clickbait, and I'm fine. Hello, boo. Lovely to see you. So basically, I would call this book fantasy because although it is set in the continental United States, it is supposed to be set in a relatively modern adjacent time. There are ghosts, they're real, there's magic, we got stuff going on from like ancient myth that is in fact true. Fantasy, magical realism, and sci-fi overlap sometimes. Yeah, that's fair. I once heard fantasy and sci-fi described the difference between them as basically when they present their world in a fantasy genre, you would tend to try to find solutions to problems via something supernatural, whereas in a sci-fi genre, you would tend to try to find solutions to problems within the world via technology. Because technology is a fairly key element of sci-fi that doesn't exist in the same capacity in fantasy often. Now, like, there's so much overlap and so much going on there that I don't want to, like, hard and fast this, because again, Pern exists. Anyway, Pern ruins categories for me. It's beautiful. Please read Anne McCaffrey's Pern books if you have not. Come on. Was whether or not they call them any gold or credits. Cobra. That's too real. That's so accurate. A true fantasy is from the Fanta region of France. Everything else is a sparkling fiction. What if it's sparkling dragons, Scarlet Grove? Anyway, so I would still call it a YA fantasy book. Obviously, please judge this book by its cover. You look at these covers, like you look at this cover and you go, cool, they're gonna fall in love. Okay, you're right. However, I just want to point out. So, the magic element of this is kind of neat. There is an actual real active threat. And what I find interesting about that is often in YA, you have to like softball your villain and your villainy because you are pitching this to a teen audience. And so you need that to like be a little bit more chill. This was not a softballed villain. Really and truly, I thought the main character might die at least one point in the story. I'm not going to tell you whether or not they did. Haha! Like, it's a fascinating exploration of the way that villainy works. There are some twists in this that I don't like. So one of the things that I find particularly dissatisfying about books sometimes is when they play on miscommunication tropes for a really long time. And I'm just like, hi, normal human beings would have said something before now. And YA is often guilty of that. They often use miscommunication tropes, at least many of the examples of YA that I have read. YA fantasy is no exception to that. However, the miscommunication trope in this happens late, and it doesn't actually happen for as long, which was neat, because if you're going to use a miscommunication trope, the only way you can make that better for me is to fix it as soon as possible. So basically, this girl, her dad passed away a while back, and she wants to honor her dad's memory by going to the same boarding school that he went to. However, there are some things she did not know about her dad, about what happened when he was at the boarding school, and she accidentally opens up a big ol' magic can of worms by showing up. Everything goes wrong. I was actually shocked that this was a co-ed boarding school. Buttons. That is the first thing that surprised me about this is a co-ed boarding school. There are girls and boys at this school, which like just seems like a recipe for disaster. When all the magical shenanigans begin, our wonderful heroine makes friends with a bunch of ghosts of the school, because essentially the school has a big old mystery going on. For whatever reason, every few years or so, students are dying in accidents that really, like, they could be explained away, but they seem a little suspicious. And part of the reason that they're super extra suspicious is that all of the students that died in these accidents failed to move on. And so every single one of them is a ghost. All of them. Why can she see ghosts? I don't care. What are the ghosts doing? Well, you'll have to read the book to find out. It's very interesting. And figuring out, like, for me, it was more about figuring out, so that there was nothing particularly surprising or shocking or hard about this book. As I've said before, sometimes you just want to sit down, read a fully predictable book. You know what I mean? And so it's not like there were epic twists and turns and ridiculousness, other than some of, like, the villain moments where I was just like, holy cow, that's way more than I expected. Huh. What's interesting to me is to see some of the how and some of the why as it unfolds. Because, like, the why doesn't have to be that complicated, especially when you're dealing with, like, classic hero-villain kind of stories. But some of the how is actually kind of interesting. The rules of being a ghost I found pretty cool. Like, I'm used to reading books, like, I've said this before, I've read books about vampires before. It's just one of my, like, niches of, hey, I feel like one of those. I know what I'm gonna get when I pick it up. I was a Buffy kid. No one can see the ghosts, so no, they don't still have to attend class. Like, very, very few people can see the ghosts. The teachers don't know that they're there. They don't have to go to class, which is great. But they do spend an awful lot of time in the library because they're doing their own, like, research projects. It's fun. So, I'm a Buffy kid. I grew up when Buffy was airing, and so of course I'm familiar with that, which means I have an understanding of what I would call classic vampire lore. And then I also read, because, you know, I do this, I read Twilight, non-classic vampire lore, right? There are mix and matches. Whenever you're dealing with the supernatural, whenever you're dealing with fantasy, especially when you're dealing with rules of magic, you get to decide as an author what you want the rules to be. And so if you're going to use tropes, that saves you a lot of explanation. If you don't want to use tropes, really the only requirement is that you actually have some sort of explanation as to what your rules or boundaries are somewhere in your book for your reader to glean it. That doesn't mean you have to, like, explain. You can fit it in a lot more naturally than that if you want to. But basically you do have to put somewhere what the new rules are. And so in the case of Stephanie Meyer, she mostly had, what's his name? Edward explain that verbally to Bella to get her on the same page, because that's how Mayer chose to do it. That's fine. So I'm going to tell you the rule of ghosts in this book because I loved it as a rule of ghosts. I don't know if it's tropey. I'm not that familiar with ghost literature, I will be honest, because often ghost has a lot of overlap with horror, and I try to avoid horror as a genre. And so I haven't got a lot of the ghost going on. But what was fun about these ghosts, which I found interesting, is that they can interact at will at any point that they desire with any part of the world that is dead. And they cannot interact with living matter. And so, for example, a ghost could not touch me. A ghost cannot touch the main character. A ghost cannot touch a flower. But a ghost can absolutely wallop a book off a shelf, or pick it up and read it if they want to. That's a dead tree, not a living tree. And so that, as an interaction point and as a limitation, was really cool. Like, allowing the that to actually block things from happening seemed kind of interesting to me. So I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, this is the best book ever, you should pick it up. But hey, if you're feeling like an easy read, if that sounds like a kind of interesting premise, I liked it. Rachel Moore didn't have any egregious issues as an author that I noticed. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that when I found out she wrote a second book, I bought it without knowing anything about it. Because I figured, why not? I'll try it. So there you go. That seemed like a good button to end it on. Willis, thank you for caring about books enough to redeem the review. I was in fact sidelined, and that hi Poison Darth Frog, and that, you know, makes it a much more classic version of the stream. Lovely to see you, Poison Darth Frog. The ghosts are not in permanent detention. I would say the ghosts are in like permanent breakfast club goofing off mode rather than breakfast club sitting at the desks and being bored mode. Depends on the definition of detention. They've been in detention since they died. They've been detained. Detention meaning dead? Yes. Maybe. I do also like how she fixed that. Because, like, when you have a character who falls in love with a ghost, there are two issues that present themselves. The first is, okay, so how is this going to be a relationship? And the second is the Edward Bella problem, which is why Twilight came up. Because there were two associations with Twilight for this. There was the vampire lore, but there was also, it was very uncomfortable for me to be like, oh, no, you are actually over 100 years old. And you've just been pretending to be a teenager for like decades and decades of that, but you aren't a teenager. And I think she did some really interesting stuff with that. I mean, I already said that, like, sorry. That's fair, Willis. That's fair. I'm sorry for that. However unlikely indeed. I think I'm hard-pressed to consider that a spoiler. It's YA fantasy, and there was a girl and a boy on the cover. So, like, it's dangerous to go alone. There's boys and girls at this school. You're a boy? You want to be my apprentice? Like, not that I think you can't subvert things, but mostly because the book review was me being like, this is exactly what it looks like. It's not a book you should expect surprises. Everything goes exactly as you would expect it to go. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good romp. And it had some funny moments. And it had some sweet moments. And overall, I liked it. Oh, Poison Darth Frog on a 7-stream streak. Wild. Okay, let's see if I can figure out this dungeon. So I did just get a key. We'll do that, why not? Oh. The anti-fairies respawn even when I boomerang them. I accept your objections. You have a right to them. So I still haven't explored the down there. There's like that one on the lowest rung, on the lowest like row of this floor. The left box has a door that can take me south, and I haven't been there. But that's okay. We'll go here first. Okay. I need... There we go. I am very clumsy. Oh, stairs! I was not expecting that. So, I'm not doing great at the fighting element of things right now. Which is probably fine. Why do I have so many C's? Greater speed gives greater distance. Yep, so I need to run and jump to do that. That explains why this dungeon has been giving me Pegasus seeds. And continues to do so. I would like hearts, though. Okay. So if I can jump over there. first try. Game do be teaching physics. Oh, there's more. Oh, good. I actually made it. I wasn't sure if my quickness was gonna run out, I guess. So where is this gonna take me? Health. Oh, magical health. Oh, it just took me down. Okay. I like that I can deflect his projectile with my sword. I'm not loving his hops. Akina! Wait, I didn't eat the Smarties that Willis redeemed. Akina, thank you for redeeming Canadian Smarties. I will have 2 portions of Canadian Smarties because I think I forgot as part of... Oh! And Plum! I need to write words down! Oh, I'm so distractible. Gasp! Mooshed potatoes is the word of the stream. And I do love that. Got ourselves some Smarties. Normally I take 2, so I'm gonna take 4. There we go. You were putting food in the oven. See, Plum, at least you have an excuse. I was just sitting here. And I still forgot. Oh, that one. Sitting there talking about how awesome books and book ghosts are. There's some really fun characters on the ghost side of things. I changed my spelling of this word so that it would fit. I hope that that's okay. And that you guys aren't too upset with me. Normally, I would spell mushed potatoes with an E-S, but it wouldn't fit. Mushed potatoes. Ketchup. Ketchup doesn't make, like, ketchup rarely makes things worse. Okay. Oh, I need to throw some... Pretty sure I need to throw a bunch of seeds. Oh. He's just gonna sell me stuff. I mean, mostly Poison Darth Frog, you missed the stack of books that I bought. If I... Wait, I don't have a seed shooter. I forgot what game I was playing again. I don't have a seed shooter. That means I cannot shoot ember seeds at those various torches that needed to be lit. Spuds with toes. Potted toes. I mean, that's kind of fair. Okay. Akina, thank you for redeeming Switch. Let's leave that dungeon where I was starting to understand what I was doing and go back to here. Okay. Okay. So I'm in Subrosia. There were a bunch of fire things attacking me. That's why I stopped here. This is Oracle of Ages, which I can tell because these are the spots where I would get time warps if I were to play the Harp of Ages. I have not explored this at all. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so those things really want to kill me. So what that tells me... Oh, big money. What that tells me is I need to venture into the other time, and probably those will be Subrosians, maybe, or maybe those fire things will just be gone, and I might be able to go into some of the houses. This is my guess. Don't love not having the boomerang. That's okay. Oh! Oh, it's exploding. Is this lava or a blood fountain? It's lava. It's definitely lava. All the creatures are fire creatures, but more to the point, we've spoken to Subrosians before who talk about delightful lava baths. And so we know that it's lava. No horror vibes required. Well, that's supposed to have something on it.
Help! Help! The tuning net is broken. What? Will you listen to my problem? The closer the Black Tower gets to completion, the stranger the city gets. When the tuning net broke, the city fell out of balance, and the volcano started erupting. The tuning net is the city's symbol. We dutifully worshipped this...
Why did you dutifully worship it? Anyway.
The rules of Symmetry City require that left and right be in perfect balance, but the tuning net at the center of the city is broken. Symmetry City is all out of balance. If we don't get the tuning net fixed and put back, Symmetry City will be destroyed by the eruptions. Do you understand?
No.
I've given the broken tuning net to my husband, but he can't climb a restoration wall.
That was too much lore to function. Twins with pigtails? Yes, this is now a horror movie. I mean, they're married, so they're adult twins with pigtails. The Black Tower? Sauron! We've been expecting you, Chosen One. All of those are, like, very valid reactions to this room. It's over, Link again. Obi-Wan Kenobi has the high ground.
A guru named Patch lives at the top of Restoration Wall. I think he can fix the broken tuning net, but I could never climb that wall.
Okay. So, this is a very balanced room. Okay. I can say that this is an entirely unique character design. Sway right, sway left, move left, sway right, move right, sway left. I'm so skinny, I wish I could change. I've missed something. That is a fetch quest line. And I don't have the item. I just caught up on that. That's what I did. I caught up. I talked to the stupid guy about the stupid food. And then I found him food and gave him the food. And he gave me... Okay, I will save and continue, but that isn't what I was trying to do. He gave me a dog mask. And this guy doesn't need a dog mask. He needs something that will make him less skinny. Watch me whip. Watch me nay. Married with pigtails just means they're anime girls. Wow. Accurate. Who's supposed to get the doggy mask? Watch me whip. Watch me nay. I'm so old. So he needs McDonald's. Yes. Listen, Akina, we can embrace it. But it really did, like, so I used to volunteer a lot with kids in like school contexts and stuff like that, and I was in my maybe late 20s when one of the grade 3 kids tried to teach me how to whip and how to nae-nae, and I was just like, wow, I am so old. Using that to your students to make things awkward. That's perfect. Okay, so this is annoying because I have once again missed a fetch quest item. And like, I would have to leave Subrosia, find the, so like I would have to return to the other time, leave Subrosia, find the person, and then like come all the way back, and I'm gonna have to do that regardless, and I'm just, I don't understand. Okay, can I go in here? Oh, there's people.
Sometimes I hear music flowing down from the mountaintop, but I wonder why.
Maybe someone likes music. So there's a down.
Ow! I was injured by a rock that shot out of the eruption. If you want the tuning nut, go see my brother across town. Okay?
Angry Angel, thank you for redeeming Toad.
Hello there! How are you?
That's literally all that does. Unless I have, do I have a stuffed Toad? I don't think I do. Thank you. God, Star. So worth. We've had Stray, we've had Little Kitty Big City, we've had Cats. A game where you play as a dog and every mission is a fetch quest. Plum, I wouldn't not play that. Poison Darthrog, that would take a lot of work, but that would be extremely fun to have like a trading fetch quest in any possible order. Oh, you can't swim yet? Well, I'm not giving you the flippers. Take this rope. Tie yourself to a fish. Like, that feels like what games like Tears of the Kingdom are trying to do. You know? Like, even to a certain extent, Echoes of Wisdom. Like, you can't solve it the normal way. Solve it whatever way you can. Okay. So, I really want to explore... I want to explore less, suddenly. Wait, how do I get back? My, like... my little whirly gigs disappeared. Okay. That goes nowhere. The cave entrance? It was covered by lava from the volcano long ago. Maybe if the volcano comes down, you'll be able to get in.
The closer the Black Tower gets to completion, the stranger the city gets. When the tuning nut broke, the city fell out of balance and the volcano started erupting. I want to take the tuning nut to Patch's place, but I can't leave the city alone. This is Symmetry City. Left and right have to be in perfect balance. My brother is too hurt to move, so I can't move either! Okay, Symmetry City has taken this thing a little too seriously, if you ask me. My brother hurt himself, so he's gonna stay on the other side of the city, and I'm not permitted to move until he's better. Does no one know how to swim without a pair of flippers? Are they magic? Do they create buoyancy, or does everyone just forget to kick? Yes. If one brother goes somewhere, the balance between left and right will be lost. But someone has to go. Hey, you can ignore the rules and leave the city. Can you take the tuning nut to Patch? So here's the thing.
If those are actually the rules of Symmetry City, I've already ruined your town because I'm here and I didn't bring anyone with me. And so, like, am I ignoring the rules or have I broken your lore? Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take the tuning nut to Patch. Wait, I'm not a ghost? Maybe I am a ghost. Have you seen Link interact with any live matter? I mean, physically. Thank you, I'll leave this to you. Patch lives at the top of Restoration Mall, to the south. After you get the tuning nut fixed, take it to the house in the middle of the city and place it on the pedestal. Oh, that is very broken. That looks like a pepper that's been cored. I can't lift these easy-to-lift objects without a special bracelet hidden high in a dungeon on Death Mountain. I must avoid deadly boulders, scorching lava, and evil creatures so I can finally move that pot. That's basically Zelda in a nutshell. Okay, well, now I can save the world. Why is that a red pepper? Like, it just is a red bell pepper, you know? So the other direction does not actually allow me to go anywhere. So we're gonna go this way. Oh boy. Oh boy. What the heck? So, okay. Okay. Alright. So that is a way to leave. Time's flow can change the land. Yup. I know that. And so am I gonna have to do this to progress? Oh no, I don't want to deal with the witch right now. If I just leave. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! That might be... Oh gosh, okay. Oh dear. Can I... I don't want to just get rocked by all of these enemies, but I need to figure out if I can swim in this water. Yes. Okay. Ugh. My dude. Ugh. There's never been a more obvious case of there be a secret there. Look at him go! Look at him go! Chat! Find out who the good boy is. Is it you? Yes, it is. Mission complete. Accurate. Okay. I'm just gonna do that again. Like, the different animations. That's so funny. Okay. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. Haven't changed the land. I haven't done anything.
I'm a pretty dolphin.
I'm Toki. I research time. After many years of research, I'm one step away from perfecting a tune that lets one move forward in time. But it seems I've hit a roadblock. Echoes produce waves. What could it mean? If I, like, play the song that changes time for him, will I break the game? That's the tune of echoes! That's the tone my research lacked that has answered my remaining questions. Now I can finish my tune. Of any song I have ever heard that is not the Flight of the Bumblebee, this sounds the most like the Flight of the Bumblebee. Ye of many tunes, I grant you a new tune. Time flows on when you play the tune of currents. When you play this tune, you'll immediately drift back to your own time. If you are in a place from which you cannot reach your own time, you'll return to the past. What? Play it to move from the past to the present. Okay, so the first song activates those little whirly points, and I can go through them from whatever time I'm in to the other time. This one means I don't need the whirly spot. I can just play this. I mean, it sounded to me like it only worked in one direction, that if I was in the past, I could play it to return to the present. But it also had that bit about if you can't return to the present from where you play it, you'll, like, be in the past. And I don't know if that means if I'm in the present and I play it, it'll throw me in the past, or more likely, it means if I'm on a map screen that doesn't have, like, that doesn't have a present version, that it will not let me do that. I mean, I'm glad I have this, but also I'm confused. And also, I'm a dolphin! I'm a pretty dolphin. You have concerns about that house. How did they get there? How did they get their books there? How does that dude get home? It's a good question. Okay. So what I'll say, Plum, is the city of Symmetry is currently slightly destroyed, and so it's probably not the way it's supposed to be, which means maybe that water wasn't there when he moved in. Nope. Well, whatever. Okay. Can't do anything there. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I just need somewhere a little bit safe. Interesting. Wait, did I never go? Oh, I see. So I guess I have to keep going down? Ugh. Thank you. Okay. So I have to change the land. Because I can't go anywhere else. But I'm glad I kept exploring, otherwise I never would have met that guy. What? What? Well, that wasn't the right thing to do. Okay, so... So there's a different place that I'm supposed to do that in. As far as I'm concerned, it could be on any of these squares. Probably should have saved before I did that. Oh, it leaves a glittery bit on the map for me. Okay. Okay. Neat. That is a piece of heart. I would like that, but I bet I have to have shenanigans. Oh, if I knock them into the water, I don't have to fully kill them. That is extremely helpful. Why does it feel like that's a hole I want to fall in? It's not. Okay, it's not. But boy, does it look like one. Interesting. Oops. Interesting. So I can't do very much. I'm not sure I understand what I'm supposed to do. At least, not from that perspective. So let's try again. Maybe if I switch like here. Oh right, those guys are here. I really am feeling a bit stumped. Whoop! Whoop. Like, I can't get to all sorts of places. Wow, rude. Oop. Also rude. I wonder if it's like off the mountain? Plum, thank you for redeeming Switch. Let's go back to Dungeons and Dragons. This is good music. Okay. Love it. Willis, thank you for redeeming Hydrate for 69 channel points. Next. And thank you also for redeeming Dehydrate. I'm less confused about what to do. Because dungeon is find next room. Yum. Mmm. Kick those eggs. Yep, okay, so if I light all the torches, I get something from there. But I don't think I can light the torches. Willis, thank you for redeeming. Keep doing what you're doing. I will continue eating chips and kicking the dungeon. I will not kick the dragon, though. No, I definitely want to hit this guy first before I try going anywhere. He's just so far away and I'm so impatient. Uh-oh. The answer is no. We got a mini boss. Can you see through my power? Oh. Interesting. So is this... Okay, this is not the one where I play fun games. But it is one... Interesting. So do you think I have to light the torches? I haven't had good enough visibility yet on all three of them. Well, they're like... They don't let me... So light torches, yes. I'm here to kick dungeons and eat chips. And I'm all out of one of them. So, there are three things that come to mind for me. The first is, torches are out. Obviously, I need to light the torches. That's a la... There's probably more than one dungeon, but that's a la final boss of the Dark Palace in The Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds, where you have to have lit the torches in order to make the enemy stop, like, perma-charging you so that you can damage him again. This also is very similar to Aghanim's. Like, this has similar aesthetics to Aghanim's, like to Battles with Aghanim in A Link to the Past. But Aghanim, you're supposed to reflect. And you do that using the sword in Link to the Past. Maybe you do that using the boomerang or the shield or something else in this game. And so it's not like I've exhausted my options for reflection. It just didn't seem to be working. And then my third thought is what if there is an original and the original matters? Because if so, that's the original, right? But okay, so we're gonna try shield. Oops. Nope, still take damage. Oops. What was I trying to do? No. And I can't seem to, like, hit them with anything. I'm fairly close to stumped. The only thing that I really have to go on is that I get ember seeds from some of these plants. Obviously not from all of these plants. Oops. You mean that guy? Yeah, that's exactly who I mean. Good for you. Super glad that you, like, recognized the, like, pronunciation and jazz. So, I'm leaning towards one of two things. The first is maybe I'm supposed to, like, throw ember seeds at him too. I have tried deflecting them with the sword, and I've tried deflecting them with the shield, and I've tried deflecting them with the boomerang because I was really out of ideas. But when it didn't work with the sword, I wasn't really expecting it to work with anything else, I'll be honest. Okay. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I see it. We're gonna try this again. Sometimes it just takes... So, okay. I need to press the correct button when I go through this because that is 3 tries in a row where I've pressed every button wrong. Or every wrong possible button. Immediately. So, one of these is real. The others are not real. That was the trick. This whole time, that was the trick. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be clumsy about it. Because the real one has a shadow. And the other ones do not. Ugh! I do not love this. Link! I'm gonna have to do this fight more than once because the controls are frustrating me. I do see it. And I have successfully damaged him. So I think you can only damage him when both torches are lit. Because I did swing at the shadow one and it didn't work when one of the torches was out because it like blew out a little early. So I think my timing is off on the torches because they keep like going out as I'm trying to figure out which one of them has the shadow. So none of them have a shadow yet. Ugh. I think I'm lighting the torches too early the first time because a shadow does not appear until like after the torches start going out, which is why it was taking me so long to figure out what was missing, because I don't know if you watched that. He does not have a shadow until he has corporealized in all 3 forms the first time. I'm pretty sure he's got like shades of a shadow every other time, but for that time, none of the 3 forms had a shadow, even when all 3 forms existed, until they solidified. And if the torches are not lit when it solidifies, it will not help me. And so they took so long to appear that the torches had started going out. And I don't love that. Like, he can't hurt me immediately anyway. That should be enough time. That's the one. That's the one again, but one of the torches went out and so it didn't work. Ah! The torches keep going out at very inopportune moments for me. Ah! And then it takes me too long, and then I'm in the wrong place to dodge. That's annoying. Go on. Mm-hmm. The hitboxes on these things are annoying. It's like I have to deliberately skip a cycle. The hitboxes are so annoying! This is a very inefficient fight as far as I'm concerned. Why did you get to throw that fast that time? That was not fair. And the fact that none of these give me health is also not fair. And the fact that I keep missing that torch is annoying. Go on. Give me a fairy. Jerk. I did not love that fight. It was not clear what to do because it took too long. And that's not a great reason for lack of clarity, Mr. Game. Thanks, Akina. It was definitely through your belief that I persevered. This sounds like torture indeed. The magical shell from The Little Mermaid is the closest you could find to a lit bulb, and that's amazing. Okay, there are 2 ways out of this room. And lots of places in this dungeon that I have yet to explore. Don't love that for me. Okay. Let's go back here and see what's the other way. An old man. Great. Are you gonna take my money? What you seek is in the eye. I don't have the dungeon map yet. Or maybe I do? Like I have the- no, I don't have the dungeon map. So I can't see the shape, which means I don't know where the eye is. Maybe I should have gone south. Okay. So I need to find the eye. Chat. Okay. Oh, interesting. Extra interesting. Just in case this is easy. I'm not entirely clear on what to do. Oh my, there are so many switches. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! This is definitely a I have to destroy all the skeletons in the room. This is a very tough room. What? Why did it hit me that time? This is like not working to my advantage. Because I need that guy to like be able to be backed into a corner. Come on. Corner. Corner. Got it. Interesting. Nothing happened. Can I destroy... Oops, that's not the way to do that. Can I destroy it? No. Interesting. There really is nothing else going on here. Fascinating. Oh no. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Okay. So I went this way, he explained a thing to me. It was great. Then, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna get a bunch of money. And I'm choosing to kind of not deal with any of these switches yet. We're just gonna have to try to figure them out one at a time. Which means going here, foist. We're gonna save this time, and we know that we don't get anything for having killed all of the enemies here. Which means there's no point in doing it, but this has to be fast. Because the floor is falling apart. Oh, we needed... Okay, we didn't need the seeds of speed, but we probably could have used them. We have a slingshot! Sweet! That's so much more normal than a seed shooter. It's essentially the same thing. But that's important for a couple of reasons. Because there are switches that I can hit now while I'm moving, and also there are torches that I can light now while I'm moving. That explains why there was so much stuff that was confusing me. I mean, this is fine. We're just gonna go. We don't really care about that room. Can't really afford to care about that room. So the question is, which thing that I skipped do I want to do first? There's so many different ways I can go. It's very interesting. Because there's those switches, but there's also this switch. Hold on. Okay, well, I ended up here. I think that was more correct. Because I don't think the middle one would have taken me anywhere new. So many keys. Oh no, we need to do speed jumps. Pretty sure that's speed jumps required. that's really unfortunate, Poison Darth Frog. I'm sorry to hear that your connection is the worst ever. Got it. You can say it did, Plum. I'll allow that. No! I knew that was gonna happen. So it's hard for me to understand, like, how much holding right versus, no, I need my sword. Like, holding right versus when I can press the jump button. That was tricky for me. So I'm about to use my last key, which means I haven't explored all my options yet, but I do still have a key. So at the very least, I can keep going this way. What you seek is in the eye. I bet I need to dive into one of these spaces. Okay, not that eye, maybe. I found the boss key! Great! That is not what I was expecting this early. But I will take it. I appreciate the warning, Poison Darth Frog. I hope that it stays stable for you. Okay, so now we need to figure out how to go to the left here. And then there's lots of treasure that we have not figured out. Probably should have had my slingshot ready. Doesn't really matter. I don't think that worked. I think I'm supposed to do this. Ow. Ow. Oh, I see. I mean, I don't see. I found that extremely confusing. But I think I'm supposed to block that thing off somehow. I put the wrong thing in. That's fine. It's fine. We're fine. There we go. The whole time it was just that. Oh dear, whiz robes. I don't know the answer to that, Poison Darth Frog, though it's a shame that that's happening. I would, like, the only thing that I can think of that would definitely work would be blocking the channel, or like somehow like actually just removing it, but that seems a little extreme, and what you kind of want is just a way to be like, yo, this is not a good recommendation for me, actually. Oh boy. This is awkward. I feel like I'm gonna have to try this a couple of times. There are a lot of whiz robes in this room. Okay. Slingshot, please. I don't actually need to fix these because I'm not coming back in this direction. Okay. So, whiz robes. And a little save state. I don't know if the boomerang works on whiz robes, but nope. Well, I got in the cart again. Whoopsies. It did not appear to work. I just need to get lucky with where they spawn. And be able to dodge them effectively. A little far away. Oh my goodness. Do you know how many times I flicked my down key there without him actually facing down? A lot of times. Okay, so that has opened a door, which is good, because that is where I want to go. I guess you could do things other than gaming, but it's not why I'm on here. It's correct. Watch out! Hi, Kelly! How are you? Happy Wednesday! Oh dear. Not my favorite. Help! This thing has got my number. And I don't have a key. Interesting. So I'm gonna have to come back. ADHD. Fair enough. Okay. So my guess is I'm gonna get a key from the puzzle that I didn't back up and do. Did you get distracted? Did you have time blindness today, Kelly? I had time blindness today. Okay. So the block banning does work, but if that feels a little extreme. Oh. That's unfortunate, Kelly. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, right. Hurt me, I should be allowed to move through my invincibility frames. That's just rude. Oops. I have the wrong thing equipped. Yay! Hooray for losing health due to not having a lot of buttons. That annoys me a little bit. But that's fine. Okay. Great. Cool. Yep, definitely wanted money and not health. Obviously. Oh, I should have shot that straight ahead. Okay. I see how I want to do this for best potential of getting all 3 in one pass, which I think I have to do. There it is. Great. So now, I just need... Oh, I will need that again. I just need to get back to the other area. Oops. There we go. Bleh. Bleh. I just need to get what's in that chest, which I think is probably a key. Good music in this game. So I need to get back to the very, very far... Oops. This isn't the way I want to go yet. It's fine. Understandable mistake. I think I left it set on the far one in the other room. Oh, I want that heart. Wait, is this even where I'm supposed to go? I no longer remember! No! This was something else. Wait, how do I get to the room where I wanted to be? I had to go up the stairs. Shoot! I'm losing track of where I'm supposed to go in this dungeon because it is confusing! Okay, so if it's a staircase... It wasn't this one, right? This was the dude who told me to look in the eye. Yes. Maybe there's some health in these pots. So I, like, just waltzed over there earlier. You know, chat? I just was like, oh, look, I found myself here too early. And now I don't remember where I went or what I did. Which is fine. I do remember. It was in the spike room. Spike room, spike room, spike room. I had to go to the right. I wasn't thinking of this room as having a right side. This is the way that I go to get to here. Thank you for the key. And now I need to go back to the minecart and go to the left. Darn. Okay. Once I understood this part, it didn't bother me so much to be running around back and forth, trying to figure out, like, trying to do it is fine. Trying to figure out what to do has been a little bit, bleh. Well, yay, more whiz robes. Love that. And I need to defeat them again. Great. Come on, boys, make it easy on me. Haha, you fell. Good enough. I don't love this. Okay. Whew. There's so much convolutedness. This dungeon is very tricky to navigate. Oh, come on. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, right. Okay. So these ones don't move around, but the red ones did. That was really interesting. Because we haven't met a lot of Wizrobes in this game, delightfully. Okay, so if I light those torches, I will get a bridge. Delightful. Now, this guy will tell me to do the thing that I just did, I bet. A guarded body watches with unguarded eyes. Never mind. I have no idea what that means. Is that the entrance to the dungeon? That, like, south area? Because I feel like I've been everywhere. Will this emote surge in popularity when you play Echoes of Wisdom? I certainly hope so. Maybe that's the dungeon entrance. Maybe I haven't actually missed anything because there's been no cause to, like, go back anywhere. What makes this... Am I supposed to be seeing, like, this is the head on top of this is the body or something? I'm not entirely clear how this looks like a dancing dragon at all, but that's fine. It's fine. Oh boy. It actually feels like we're approaching the end of the dungeon, which is interesting. Oh, these guys. Yay. Well, first things first is deal with this guy. And hopefully I'll get lucky with some of the Wizrobe spawns. It's a little too far for me. Oh, cool. Still got a hidden, despite the clumsiness. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Poison Death Frog. I actually sent that emote earlier in stream because I was like, it looks a little bit like the rectangle-headed dinosaur. Very nice. But mostly I'm still just not convinced. So how am I going to use the slingshot to beat the dungeon boss? You do use it a lot, Beavis. I mean, you use it a lot here. I don't know if you use it in other places. Where are we at? We're making our way towards this. Great! Oh boy. This is a stressful route. Yes, please. I would like to go here, please. Oh my gosh. Okay. Boss room chat. I see a boss. And I think I'm gonna make that a problem for next week's me. It better be a dancing dragon. I mean, if this is the foot, and these are like a leg and a tail, and this is like the head, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So do you know what I think, chat? I think it would be funny to start next week fighting a boss. And so I think I'm gonna plan for that. It's 5 minutes to 9 right now. And I'm willing to call that. I'm willing to call that for stream. And then someone switches the game. Exactly. This is why it would be so funny. Wow, that is quite a tale. You still see what's probably the nostrils as the eyes. That's fair and kind of funny. Just teeny little front eyes, and then those circles are clearly ears, right? Right? Definitely? Obviously. Well, I'm gonna call it an end of stream because, honestly, I've been working a lot of overtime. I could use the extra 5 minutes. But I'm really happy that y'all were here. It was a fun time. I was glad to be able to make a little bit more progress. It feels like some good progress here. Like, I think we're almost done. Like, when I finish this 4th level, I think we've beat the 4th level in the other game and we're working our way towards level 5. So it feels like I'm catching up a little bit. Still fundamentally confused, but, you know. Such is life when you have no idea what you're playing on at any given moment. So we are going to find a friend to raid. I'm going to drop the raid message in chat. Thank you for popping in, Kate. It was lovely to see you. I think it's actually been a few weeks since I raided Fiend, so I think it's going to be Fiend tonight. The Dragon Feeny is a lovely Canadian streamer. And I quite enjoy her content, so we're definitely gonna go there and hang out. If you do not have emotes, that is okay. Feel free to delete them from the raid message, or don't even do the raid message. Like, I mean, it's fine. So, Fiend is playing the Plucky Squire, which looks kind of fun. So we're definitely gonna go there. Thank y'all for hanging out. Lovely to see you, Akinu. Lovely to see you, Plum. Lovely to see you, Beavis. And Buttons. And everybody. That's funny, Beavis. I mean, you could. It's fine. And Kate. And just everybody who was here. It was delightful to hang out with you for a little bit. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. A wonderful rest of your week. A wonderful weekend. And I will plan to see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. My gosh, just changing times on you. At 7 p.m. Eastern time. That will be my goal. Hopefully I'll be able to let you know if that has to change for any reason, but like I'm really hoping things are settled again and that we can just have normal Wednesdays for a while. So enjoy yourselves with Fiend, and as always, keep it cute. Bye!